Good day, ladies and gents. This is Leo from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Roundup. A bit of a different video I've got planned today. This time I'm gonna go over my locals event that I went to on Sunday, the 9th of April 2023. It was a winner box event at Alliance Games in Kingsford, Australia. This time I took my Mathmech deck to take on the competition in this case. Unfortunately, I was not able to reach first place. I was able to get top 8 with a final result of 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. I have to say, this is probably my best performing results so far at locals, and I do apologize if I'm stuttering a lot. This is a non-scripted video, and this is all free form actually, that I'm going to be going through. So I just wanted to use this video as a way to, I guess, diary up my feelings regards to how I did in the event, just to go over my deck list that I took over and how my rounds went. So I guess we'll start with the deck list, so without further ado, let's get started. So we'll start with the Mathmech main deck. I think you know what we all run. We run the triple circular, and that combos off with the double sigma in this case. So as you all know, the Mathmech Circular is a brand new card that came out in Power of the Elements. I guess it's not really new anymore. It's been 2 main sets since it's come out. Basically, this card sends a Mathmech monster, I suppose I should say, from the deck to the graveyard for cost, actually, not for effect. So you can actually bring out the circular without getting worried about without ash going off and whatnot. But yeah, it's just an easy way to just bring it out. Sure, you'll be limited to only be able to attack with 1 monster, but that's not really a problem if you're going first, honestly. And if you're going second or third, you try to bring out the access code to go for game anyway. But yeah, when you send circular, circular is just a great 1-card starter. Mathmechs actually need circular, so have ways to get the circular to hand. Sigma, of course, combos off from circular because Sigma can revive itself from the graveyard, which also procs circular's effect to add a Mathmech spell or trap, which in my case I do run only 2 Mathmech spells and traps, one of them being the equation for the spell, and the other being the superfactorial trap card. But yeah, circular and Sigma combo, of course, absolutely disgustingly strong cards. I think no one can disagree with that. They're very, very good, and makes me happy because I generally like playing Cybers cards, Cybers decks in general. So this is a nice way to start things off. Of course, the Diamina is for the Xyz play. So of course, when you Xyz with Diamina, the Xyz monster does get an Omni Negate. Just for the turn that it's special Xyz summoned though. So unfortunately, after the turn's over, if the negate's not used, then that's it. You can't use the negate on the next turn, obviously. But Diamond is also just a very good normal summon, just because you can target one of the the Mathmech monsters in the grave to special summon itself back, so you can extend further. Usually, once you bring out the Mathmech Circular and Sigma on the field, you Xyz with the Allen version, and then Diamina is searched via the Allen version to normal summon one of either the Sigma or Circular. Usually the Circular is the target. But yeah, no, Diamond is a good card. It came out, I believe this one was the Rise of the Duelist card. It was actually a really solid card, actually, when it came out there. So, very good card. You need to run 3 of them, I feel like, just so you have higher chances of getting the, getting it in hand, so you could, if you can't search it with the Allen version, you'll at least be able to get it in hand. So the other Mathmech cards I was running, other Mathmech monsters I should say, would be the 2 addition, 2 subtraction, the Nabla, and the multiplication. I am running the final Sigma synchro. Mathmech addition and subtraction are mostly just used for more extension, if they are in my hand, as well as be able to use them as a bridge for my small world tech. Using them to bridge to Lava Golem has been really useful, I have to admit. It has helped me win games more so than I could imagine. So Nabla and Multiplication are just there for the Final Sigma play. Unfortunately, in this locals, I was never able to bring out the Final Sigma, so I might not actually keep them around as much as I love Final Sigma. So I find this such a cool boss monster, even though it's just so easily outable because it's only just got 3k attack. Sure, it's unaffected, but again, 3000 attack is quite easy to just run over, I feel like, in this day and age of Yu-Gi-Oh! But still, I just included it because it was a fun little thing. But I think next time I might just actually just remove the Final Sigma from the deck overall. It is fun. I think maybe in a lesser stakes locals, then I might just include it. But otherwise, I think in more high stakes tournaments like these ones for the winner box or the YCSs, I think I should include the whatchamacallit, I should not include the Final Sigma. But sorry, I've gone overboard. But I got the next, of course, the Parallel Exceeds. Parallel Exceeds is also a good bridge for Small World, and it's just also a great extender as well when you have this in hand. You're not actively searching for this. You just want to use this to bridge over to the Lava Golem. You can use this to bridge the Lava Golem as well. That's actually another option you could do. As well as looking for, I think you can use this for the Droll. I'm not sure if Droll's a wind type. I could be wrong. I didn't run Droll at this event, but I might be running that in place of the Nabla and Multiplication in the main deck. But yeah, Exceeds is really good. It just gives you 2 extra bodies, so you can make some more plays with them. Sometimes you might not even want to go into the you might not even want to go into the Link Disciple, Link Devotee combo, and you just want to go Parallel Exceeds. But yeah, no. Exceeds has helped me. The bridge for using Parallel Exceeds as a bridge has been super helpful, and I really like using it for that. Now that's the main stuff for the main engine, I guess, for the Mathmech. So now I've got the hand traps. So triple Ash Blossom, 2 Effect Veilers, 2 Ghost Spells, 2 Nibiru's, and yeah, 2 Nibiru's, yeah, okay. And I guess I suppose we could include the triple Imperm in here as well, because they're also considered hand traps as well. So yeah, the standard hand trap line, Ash Blossom's been pretty good, actually. I was able to stop majority of was able to stop some of the ads the players were using it for. Ghost Spell didn't really come up much, unfortunately. I was thinking of getting rid of that for something else, honestly. Effect Veiler has come up a few times, but mostly I've been using Effect Veiler to bridge into Circular, actually. So if I didn't have Circular in hand and I had Small World, I was able to use like another. If I had Ash Blossom in hand, I was able to use that to bridge to Effect Veiler. Then Effect Veiler allows me to get the Mathmech Circular. Nibiru, because of the Kashtira problem we're having right now, Nibiru has just been a really good option. And of course, Infinite Impermanence is just a naturally good hand trap, honestly. It's just really good. But yeah, this is my hand trap lineup. I'm thinking of adding Droll into this if I get rid of the Nabla and Multiplication. Because yeah, there was a lot of search decks that I went up against that was using a lot of searching. So, you know, that would have been useful to stop them from doing what they wanted to do. So, let's get to the spells. So, got the 1 equation, the triple Signet Mining, and the triple Small Well. So, the equation is just another extender. So, in case I was able to have the Super Factorial in hand already, and I'm so sorry, my cat's just playing with my door if you hear the creaking noises. But yeah, no, so the equation is another ad I can go for if I already have Factorial in hand, and it's just really good in case I want to extend further out with this. So Signet Mining, of course, it's just another way to search for Circular, honestly. Good, and Small World. This allows you to just get to any hand trap you want. You want to get to your board breakers like the Lava Golem and whatnot. And of course, like getting to Circular in case you don't have Signet Mining and Circular's not in your hand. You can use Small World to do that as well. I think Small World is important for the deck because it's the way that it allows you to get access to all of what you need personally, but but yeah, that's honestly about it. It had Small World has been so is honestly like I think Small World is just really useful in general. I feel like for like a lot of decks, because if you know your lines, you can get whatever the card you want with it. Actually, if you think about it, and it's just super useful in general. The final few cards I've got are the Mathmech Super Factorial for the Trap, 2 Crossout Designators, and the Call by the Grave. The Call by the Grave has come up very rarely, even though it's been in my hand. But Crossout definitely helped in case I'm also up against another Nibiru. Because Mathmech lines generally go further than 5 summons, usually. So having the Crossout is, I feel like, is a safety net for me. To counteract against Nibiru, and it is a nice card. I don't think many players use this because it's not worth it. I understand. But I personally just want to have that extra safety net for myself personally. But people can do what people can do whatever they want with their deck builds. But this is how I want to play it. Just want to have a few ways to answer to the interruptions, I suppose. And Call by the Grave, of course, to stop some hand traps that stop me from adding my Super Factorials and whatnot. And of course, Super Factorial is just amazing. Once you bring out the Laplacian, just send up to 3 cards, one monster, one spell or trap, and 1 random card in hand. And just gets the Omnigate if you have Diameter already engraved, so it's actually just solid all around. Just honestly just really solid all around, really. But yeah, that was my main deck. That was my 40 card main deck. Nothing more, nothing less. Now for the extra deck. So here's the Mathmech side of Mathmech stuff. So 1 Final Sigma, 2 Allen version, and 1 Laplacian. I'm gonna get rid of this personally. As cool as Final Sigma is, I understand that this this is not gonna be ending games anytime soon. Your win con is to disrupt your opponent with the Laplacian, and of course, just keep drawing hand traps with Pizzo, and then ending it with access code. Allen version, you run 2 of them, so that you can keep going for more plays. 1 Laplacian because extra deck space, honestly. But if I were to get rid of the Final Sigma, I will be a second Laplacian, and I will be running a second copy of the Super Factorial Trap, honestly, if I'm running 2 Laplacians. But yeah, no. This never came up. These 2 very important to deck. But otherwise, it's one day. One day I hope Final Sigma would be useful, but I highly doubt it. Now we're going to link ones. Link Disciple, Devotee, and Link Garibo. So the Link Disciple, Link Devotee combo. So you're locked into Link 2s once you bring out Devotee. Disciple just tributes the Devotee to bring out the 2 tokens. And of course get 1 draw and put 1 card back to the bottom. It's just super useful. It's just so that we can get the Cyber's Wicked and the IP Masquerena on field. The Link Disciple Devotee combo. Link Garibo is just if you have no other way to play through this. And also if you're up against like a trap heavy deck, Link Garibo does come in handy in that regard. Of course, I honestly would want to fit in a Link Spider in case I did get Nibiru'd. But I'll be honest, the Nibiru might be a bit of a rare chance, I suppose. Not really, but I guess, but there's not much extra deck space I can really do for the Link Spider. Now, if anything, I could get rid of the Mathmech Final Sigma for the Link Spider instead of the second copy of Laplacian, but I feel like the extra Laplacian is more impactful than the extra Link Spider to continue playing through. Because for all and I could just be missing, I could honestly be losing out on further plays if that were the case. So then we got the Link 2s, so IP Masquerena, Cyber's Wicked, Splash Mage, and Update Jammer. So Splash Mage and Update Jammer just generally really good Honestly, Splash Mage just be able to get you into Heat Soul, update Jammer for the access code win. Cyber's Wicked and IP Masquerade are on just for to get out the get out the Mech Knight Crusader Evermax. He's like the annoying boss monster I decided to put in my extra deck to use IP with. Again, untargetable and indestructible by card effects and also when you try to run into him, he just gains attack so that he'll always be bigger than the other. It's actually pretty good. People have issues on getting rid of it. Obviously, the best way to get rid of the Evermax is with like kaijus and whatnot. But yeah, no. These two are like usually my main end board. So they get to the Masquerade, get to the Crusadia, and then of course the update Jammer and Splash Mage for the general purpose use cases for the access code lines and Heat Soul lines, I suppose. Now we got the Link Free, so of course our main code talkers, the Heat Soul and Trans Code Talker. Heat Soul, just card advantage throughout the game. I mean, you pay 1,000, draw a card. It's pretty good, honestly. And transcode just leads into access code, honestly. Would revive the update Jammer, bring out the access code. Yeah, so just general. These are pretty straightforward. And of course, the Link Force got the Evermax and the access code talker. So the Evermax is just to be made with the IP Masquerena. I could bring it out without the IP Masquerena if I really wanted to, just to be annoying in general. I mean, you can still destroy it, as long as but you can't target it if without the IP Masquerena. And access code is just too good for game. This guy has been the game winner. Crusadia has actually caused a few has caused a few surrenders, I suppose. So, because they were not able to get rid of him. No kaiju, no banish, no nothing, I suppose. So, yeah, tough, honestly, to get through a indestructible Evermax, honestly. So, with the side deck, went with these. I went with the Lava Golem and the Archfiend Eccentric. Eccentric is really just another way to bridge into the Lava Golem, but it's also a nice way to get rid of a spell or trap on the field. It's actually a solid pick, this one, but it's mainly used for a bridge actually. And Lava Golem has won me one of my rounds actually, when the guy literally brought out a plasma, Destiny Hero Plasma, and thankfully he had one other hero on the field for me to tribute as well. Otherwise this Lava Golem would have just been dead in hand. But I feel like most people generally have 2 monsters on field now. But I believe Kashtira's have been able to get around this by just having I think it's the Arise HUD, or whether the new Xyz that came out in Photon Hypernova, that people just let's sit on that and then they're good to go. Then I have the Board Breakers, so got the Duster, got the Lightning Storms, the Book of Eclipse to deal with Kashtira, and of course the Evenly Matches as well. I guess we'll put it here. Yeah, so just general going second Board Breakers. These ones, or just turn 1. No, actually, you know what? No, these wouldn't really be useful in turn 1. But yeah, these are just Board Breakers. Book of Eclipse is mostly just to stop Kashtira from doing whatever they want to do. And Lightning Storm was also pretty pivotal actually in getting rid of a lot of stuff on the opponent's side. And Evenly Match did actually come up as well actually, so it's pretty useful. That came up really easily. So yeah, just running a bunch of Board Breakers actually, with all my hand traps being in the main deck already. Yeah, so. And last but not least, because I'm a dickhead, I'm running 2 anti-spell fragrances, just stop people from to stop the Sky Strikers from playing the game, I suppose. But no, this came up when against the Kashtira player I was up against, being able to stop them from doing whatever they wanted to do, the searching, and the one of them was a adventure Kashtira player, and that went about and this came up in the right time to stop them from bringing the token out for the Griffin Rider to the gate. So this one was very useful. I was surprised this actually had some use than it did, actually. But yeah, that was a deck list. So you can click off the video now if you're done hearing about the deck list. But I'll be from here on. We just be talking about my experience, I suppose, my rounds, and how I got 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, I suppose. So round 1 was against Kashtira. I lost the die roll. I've actually lost all my die rolls at locals at that event, actually, so that was really unfortunate. Lost my die roll. They went first. They set up the whole board. I had nothing in hand to actually stop them to start my turn 2 play. So I just had to go to scoop and go to game 2 straight away. Unfortunately, game 2 didn't go as planned either. The guy Nibiru'd me, and I was able, and I only really had, and I didn't really have any further extensions besides a super factorial, which, by the time I bring out the super factorial, he had enough ways to stop me from doing what I wanted to do. And also, not only that, because I used super factorial to clear out the Nibiru and the field spell that was on there before, he was able to just imperm me to stop me from activating the Omni Negate, which was really sad, unfortunately. And then he just proceeded to wreck my board, my non-existent board, I suppose. So, unfortunate, the round 1 Kashtira was a loss, but it is what it is. And then game 2 was against Evil Eye. I had no idea what the hell to do against Evil Eye, I'll be honest. But yeah, because I lost Dyro, he always decided to go first. When it went 1-2-0 against it, I just had all the hand traps to stop him from doing anything in his turn 1 play, and was just able to access code for the win in both instances, actually. Game 3 was Hero. Turn 1, game 1 was lost the die roll again, of course. Game 1 I did was able to stop him from bringing out his Vion. Literally stopped his Vision Hero from. So I tried to do Effect Veiler and the Vision Hero Vion, but unfortunately it was it got booked. He booked it himself so that he could still get to resolve the effect. And then brought out the Vion, and then I just ashed the Vion so that it didn't send any hero to the grave to further extend. He had to stop that, and then I proceeded to go further and just take him out with the access code again. Then game 2 was really scary, I won't lie, because he had Plasma set up along with, I believe it was Sunrise as well, which not really that impressive, I suppose. Plasma's the most scarier of the 2 heroes that were on board, but thankfully for myself, I was able to draw the Lava Golem in this situation and just tributed the Lava Golem away, and then just and also just added the Circular to hand and just went for game with the access code, which I felt bad a little bit. That I just drew that Saki Lava Golem, but it is what it is. I gotta go for the win, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that was a 2-0 win against Hero for that one. So game 4 was a draw, and that was against, I just found that it was called it was actually just Megalith, actually, but I initially thought it was some sort of Ritual Dogmatica pile, but yeah, I think Megaliths actually just play the Dogmatica stuff along with Spriggans in there as mini engines. But yeah, he ended his turn. He actually comboed for ages, and honestly, I had Nibiru in hand the entire time, and I wasn't sure when to actually stop him, because I just didn't know, quite frankly. But when he said he passed his turn, and he just ended on the two Dogmatica rituals. Oh wait, no, one of them was the Dynamondo, Link monster, and the other was the Dogmatica ritual and the fusion monster, the Grand Gueno, whatever the heck it's called. I think I'll have that edited in the video when I explain, when I edit it. But yeah, he had those three in the field, and he just ended his turn. He had no negate, so I was just like, oh, before end of main, I just Nibiru'd it, and then because I Nibiru'd it, I was able to bring out enough extenders to stop him from doing anything. And even though I wasn't able to end him end him on turn 2, he had ran out of resources because of all the comboing he did at the start, because of Nibiru. So he really couldn't do much actually, which was really funny. But yeah, but then unfortunately, because I still didn't know when to Nibiru, he was able to bring up the Appaloosa, he was able to bring up Baron. There's no way for me to stop it, so I just ended it. And because his combo taking forever, we actually went to time, and by the time he won game 2, we couldn't even start our game 3 because we went to time, so... but yeah, no, that Megalith match was pretty funky. It was pretty fun. Just needed to learn when to nib, when to not nib. Go from there actually. So yeah, and last match of the day was against another Kashtira. This one's the Kashtira Adventurer. Kashtira, again lost die roll, so he had the first turn to go. Thankfully had Nibiru to get rid of his entire board, and then was able to go into access code for game. Game 2, he was able to not do as much as I thought, but just to be safe, I decided to get the anti-spell ready to go in case he wanted to combo off further if I was not able to, and because I didn't have enough extensions because he was able to hand trap me for the turn 2, so I couldn't get into access code to reliably get the OTK. But yeah, the anti-spell did come in clutch to stop him from doing anything turn 3, and was able to end him from turn 4 and OTK'd him. Yeah, so that was the third win. So was pretty happy. Got top 8 out of that. Got tied, I believe I was tied 8th or 7th, I believe, with the Megalith player as far as I'm concerned. Won myself five packs. They didn't have OTS packs, unfortunately. The OTS 20 packs were already gone, and unfortunately we still don't have OTS 21, which is really sad. But, you know, and they already announced OTS 22, which makes me kind of sad for Australia, because we're not getting any more. We're not getting anything, I swear it feels like we're not getting anything. But yeah, so that's my little diary about my Easter event, I suppose, when my deck list for Mathmech. So if you sat through past the deck list, I really appreciate it. This is just me rambling on about how the event went. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the usual weekly roundups for the Yu-Gi-Oh! News, and I'll be a lot more scripted there instead of what I was going through with this video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this ramble of a video, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Take care. Peace out.